you going to start it today?
No, I did last week.
Turn again.
Yeah, but we're doing every second.
Back on 10.
Yeah.
He's still learning the ropes.
I did a good start last week. It was good.
He did,
didn't I, Jude?
What number is this?
6, isn't it?
Oh, sure, we can
6, yeah.
chat that in.
Yeah. Hello and welcome to the Ireland Rugby Social. Gavin Andrews, Conor Murray back in Dublin.
Yep.
Where you're going to be living very soon?
I know, down the road, so just getting a little taste of my local here with my friend Robert.
Yeah, proper Irish legend, Rob Kearney.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome
Thanks
to
for
the
coming.
programme.
Thanks for coming, Rob.
Name of the pod, Ireland Rugby Social.
The Ireland
Yeah.
Rugby Social. Yeah.
ChatGPT, or who came up with this wonderful
Took a
name?
while, Rob, and there's many reasons behind it.
Conor had lots of great ideas.
Did
It's
he?
a branding thing, I think. I don't understand
It's a
it.
Google search thing.
Did he
Rob,
try
so I
and
don't
did
know
he
if we
try
can
and
keep
call
that.
it the Conor Murray podcast?
We
Well,
wanted
it's
to call it
essentially
the
about
Conor
me,
Murray
so
show.
yeah, you have a few questions about me on this again. if
Why
there's a
why didn't you call it that?
Here, he's asking the questions. Here, you
BBC are
can't.
very strict on
Oh,
certain
okay,
things, yeah. So I
Right,
just-
we're here to talk about you, Rob.
Well,
Your life and times.
And Conor.
yeah, a little bit about me, but
So
Robert
you
does.
two dovetailed for a fair bit of your careers? Would that be correct?
A long time.
Yeah,
You made your debut in 2000 and...
he's actually unbelievable at stats, so I'm just going to let him go.
No,
Yeah,
actually
you are.
not.
No, yeah.
I'm not. 11.
Yeah,
Did you get one cap just before the World Cup? Or was your first
Two.
cap? Two caps.
2, but capped against France, yeah.
Because you were
then-
just in, and I remember he was all the chat in the squad at the time.
Why?
It was the Magners League final.
You played
2011.
well in the final, but it was very unusual for a bolter to come into a World Cup squad. And I'm not saying you were a bolter, but you
I
hadn't.
think, yeah. I only played
You'd only played once
5
or
or 6
twice.
games for Munster at the time.
And you know the way that the World Cup squad announcement days, they're tense because nobody ever really knows
Yeah. The final squad.
the final
Yeah.
squad.
Yeah, that was a...
And then there was murmurs that a new young hot shot from Limerick was on the way.
The hair. You've
Steve
seen the hair from
Crown.
back then.
The hair.
But it was mad. That was after the pre-season we had, but like coming into camp with these lads on the first day of pre-season, the World Cup.
You were at the height of
pre-season.
your powers at that
Yeah.
stage?
Yeah.
Well, no.
Well, maybe
were.
a year
I
before.
wasn't.
Well,
sorry, I'd have
not
to.
yet. Lions
Lions
2009.
2009,
Yeah.
Grand
was
Slam.
Probably, hey,
which was peak.
things were immaculate for Rob
And then
Kearney.
2010 just kept going.
Peaks and troughs.
Um,
But you were, because I always say this story about driving up the driveway of Carton House on the first day after the Magners League final announcing the training squad, and driving up on a class hot day in July or whenever it was, and I saw you on the golf club balcony in Carton House, you, Dricko, and maybe Luke Fitz and a crewie with the shades on.
shades on.
Shades are always on.
What a memory, like.
Yeah, no, but I remember it genuinely
These
being
Leinster lads.
so intimidated by that. I was like, I've never met these lads properly ever, and I felt like turning around because they were people you looked up to, and now we're great mates.
Well, I was just riding off O'Driscoll's coattails. Or did you say that in Bestie's podcast and the cheeky bollocks said something?
Did
I
it?
didn't
Me?
No, Bestie.
No, yeah, well, Bestie's Bestie enough. Yeah, he did. I think he did. So that was the introduction. But you were very nice from that day forward.
Look at us now. And then, so that was 2011, and then we played our last game in 2019, quarterfinal against New Zealand.
Mm-hmm. Was that, yeah.
Hosed in a World Cup quarterfinal again.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
was Japan?
But in Japan,
It was
yeah.
in Japan.
That was the amazing first half where they didn't drop the ball.
Who, the Kiwis?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were so on it.
Ridiculous.
We were wiped from the start. And you know those games where you're like, you know you've lost with a bit to go.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind, but we trained unbelievably that week. It's the best week's training we had in a long time because the whole World Cup was bad for us. We were chasing, we were chasing from the first week because we got hosed in the summer matches.
Oh my God, we got destroyed. Yeah. We had
Twickenham,
England
put
after we flew home from
40 points on us.
from Portugal. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
We
nearly
went-
the end of Portugal, wasn't it?
It was nearly the end of it. Well, if Joe was still involved, it would have been the end of it.
Because obviously the players love going to
It's a lovely spot.
you know
Golfing and playing paddle.
golfing, playing paddle.
And then we didn't come home. We flew straight to
to-
London on the Thursday or something. So we were on the Sun Loungers on the Wednesday.
Yeah, and lads were getting slated for staying too long in the sun and literally staying out in the sun too long, and you're playing England at the weekend and got hockeyed.
Yeah.
And then he questioned it. I remember Joe was like, don't know if Portugal is for us. And we're like, oh no. So,
But then we played golf one of the days, and it was on our down day. So it was the Wednesday, and we had the match on the Saturday.
yeah.
And playing golf on a Wednesday is grand.
Yeah.
We were in buggies. It was 4 days out.
Yeah.
And Simon Easterby saw us. He was going to a coffee
Laryngeal,
shop.
wasn't it?
Yeah, and he was getting a coffee. And he said, Jesus, lads, don't let Joel see out here. And we freaked out. We almost didn't finish our round, but we did.
We did, but we're both retired now, getting in trouble. Did we have beers in the golf course?
No, not on.
Are you sure? No, maybe it was the week before.
No, it wasn't.
It was way out.
We played.
Yeah, it was a different one.
course.
It was a different time we did play, and were we supposed to have beers in the golf carts? And we passed the coaching group, the 4-ball they had, and we were like, oh my god, we're all.
But building the bond, you've talked about that's important.
Yeah, that's.
Look, it gave
No
us a
wonder
few.
we crashed out in the quarters.
Yeah, we got that one wrong, but we had plenty of nice ones in between, didn't we?
We did.
We did.
Yeah. So yeah, a span of 8 years.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk pre Golden Boy arriving with you. You were there in that vintage that kind of really broke that glass ceiling and won the Grand Slam. 09. Was that as big as it got for you with Ireland?
Yeah, it was. I think when I look back to the most special days in an Ireland jersey, if I'd pick 3 of them, Chicago was one of them. 2009 Grand Slam, and then the 18 Grand Slam. And for, I guess selfishly, the 18 Grand Slam almost means the most to me, because in 2009 I was young, everything was great, I was fresh off the rank, body was good, straight in. You're in that.
There's no downside to it.
There's no everything's just perfect and just falls into place. And then 9 years in between, your form goes really bad and you pick up loads of injuries and you're in and you're out, and the inevitable ups and downs that comes with professional rugby. So to be able to still do it that amount of time later, played all right in that campaign, hold on to the 15 jersey. So I suppose selfishly that was probably the nicest of them.
They're the most satisfying later, aren't they? So I found towards the end when you hold on to the jersey, or people are calling for your head or whatever
exactly.
it is, and you get to hold on to it. It's way you have to work harder for it. It's more satisfying.
And all the ups and downs, and it means more, and you know that you had to put so much more work into it.
Conor said that 2018 was great crack as well. Loose, I think was the term you used.
Yeah, we had a. I was going to ask you about this. It was because the Six Nations.
We'd won big night. It was the big freeze.
Oh my god!
And you stayed.
Can we talk about the whole? We stayed in Rob's house. We didn't bring this up when we talked about it before.
So it was a down week.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd be fine to talk about this, even though he's not here. The folded clothes.
No, we can. So it was our down week. We were 3 from 3.
Yeah.
And
pretty much
we had a camp. We had a camp here. So we generally you come up to Dublin for a few days. We trained in the Aviva against the under-20s, probably general few scraps because there was always fights in those games.
Yeah.
And then we went out for dinner and pints in
Butcher's Grill.
Yeah. The whole squad. And we had a.
Well, we can't remember any stats, but he remembers nights out and where he was.
There should have memories you're after, like the important
things.
stuff.
But it was the big freeze. So there was 10 or 15 inches of snow.
Yeah.
It was, the whole country was shut down. But anyway, we managed to find time to have a team night out. And Murray and Bestie stayed in mine.
Correct.
Just the 3 of us. Was Dave there? Was Dave living with me at the time?
Not sure. But I have...
No, he wasn't.
Dave Kearney, for those who...
I have Dave Kearney. Yeah, we have to... I keep forgetting to mention second names. But I have a Snapchat of Rob clearing the snow in his garden, or his front gate, his electric gate. So he's trying to put a brand new shovel and he's wearing a Canada Goose jacket, and he getting a clue how to do it.
The last time the shovel got used. Anyway, we had a massive session. We went out in the piss, came home all hours in the morning. Night, lads, we all went to bed. Everyone slept soundly. Got up the next morning, went downstairs, and there was water coming through the ceiling in my living room. Just plop, plop, flop.
And you are quite particular. We all are about our houses.
Particular, I have a touch of OCD.
Yeah. So.
Anyway, I was upstairs, try to figure it out. Did anyone leave any taps on? No. So I went into Mur. I was like, Mur, there's this massive leak. My house is about to fall over here. The ceiling's going to cave in. Jeez, man, no, I've no idea. Okay. Bessie, do you know anything about, did you have a shower during the night or did you leave a tap on? No, I went straight to bed.
Can you guess who's guilty already?
Okay, well, still couldn't figure it out. And then I saw a pile of clothes in the corner of one of the bedrooms, saturated. Clothes just dripping in water. So then we had a bit more information. So back to the two
Trip
lads.
fed information.
Who owns these clothes, lads? So the suspect, it was one of them, I don't know who it was, but after a few pints likes to have a shower and got into the shower, fell asleep in the shower.
Mm-hmm. And folds his clothes very neatly every time this
clothes.
happens. So it's not me. Well, I don't fold my clothes, so there's only...
By process of elimination.
It was... didn't he only admit it like weeks later or something?
Well, sorry, he had to admit to it then and there. It was clear as day. It was him.
Oh,
That's Ulster's new general manager.
That was when he was a young man. He's far more mature now.
yeah. Look, that was some year though. We didn't. Then obviously the summer tour in Australia.
Summer tour in Australia.
Yeah.
Oh, that was even better.
Oh my God.
You tell that one.
But I have to ask you a question because someone asked me to ask you. We went jet skiing.
That was the same tour.
Yeah. So we went jet skiing, and what city we were? Sydney? No,
Brisbane.
So we went out an unbelievable jet ski tour or whatever around these kind of like lagoons and all, and an unbelievable day. And then I'm riding my jet ski back, and Andrew Conway is beside me, and he's like, stop. So I'd like slow down. We're literally just like in the water beside each other, floating, and we're chatting away. And we were saying like this unbelievable day or something like that, and then we're like, what's that noise? Like this jet ski behind us roaring like full speed, and we turn around and Conway turned around. It was actually pretty scary, and like jumped off his jet ski, and then this other jet ski comes up the back of Conway's and whacks the handlebars, like lands on the handlebars.
Breaks the handlebars.
Yeah, breaks the handlebars. Conway
Hits him
into the water, and we were all like, oh my.
And you know the way when you're going jet ski,
because there's no brakes on the jet ski.
And I'm not on jet skis that much, so your instinct is to
get out of.
Whenever I did that,
accelerate.
hit the accelerator and boom.
But it was like we were the only people underwater, so there's a rumor that you were either taking a selfie or doing something to distract you. So that's all I
was
want.
trying to take out the competition. There's another man who was trying to.
Conway was making a few waves.
Conway played a bit of fullback, didn't he?
Oh, but whatever way that happened, man, that was like close.
He did a massive bruise on his
ribs and his
elbow
biceps, like all that side. So he jumped that way, and
he couldn't train.
Your jet ski hit him there.
He couldn't train the next day.
Yeah,
and he had to go to the doctors.
Who?
And
Yeah.
he did me a solid. He didn't.
Yeah, we got away
He
with
didn't
it.
send me up to Swanee at all. And the next morning, Joe was like,
Brutal
"Bomber,
stuff, like.
what's wrong with you, mate? Why can't you train?"
Remember
This
his
is you at the
tricep
end
was
of your
out
career.
to there. Yeah.
This is 18.
Sensible
yeah.
head.
Who was captain of that tour? Bessie.
Bessie pulled out the day we were traveling because he tore his hamstring in Carlton House.
Pete?
So Pete and Johnny were joint captains.
Yeah, because I remember Pete wasn't jet skiing, so he was at the harbour where we took off from. So
He
we
was
were
gardening.
something like
He was in the shade
he
somewhere.
was in the shade somewhere being angry, and he said he was the hut where the jet ski lads were, like just a panic station, and two of them jumped on jet skis and like tore out to us, and Pete was like, what have they done? And then they saw the guys dragging back Conway's jet ski with like the handlebars like flopping off by the wires and everything, and he was like, what has happened here? And then we'd give Conway a lift back or something, but
It's the least we could do.
You played a bit of GAA for Louth, did you?
I played loads of GA. Played more GA growing up than I did rugby.
did you play minor? Did you play minor for?
Played 3 years county
Yeah.
minor.
What position?
It was midfield 2 years and then corner forward one of them. And it was always great because the seasons never clashed or collided, so you could play one for half the season and then the other. I loved it.
Sure, it definitely helped you.
I think it did, yeah.
Had to, didn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
A lot of obvious crossover then between fullback and
Well,
and playing
particularly for
Gaelic.
fullback in the middle of the field, like your two primary jobs are catching and kicking. So it was a good skill to have. But I think as well, and you'll
Probably your
notice
point
too,
of difference, isn't it? Like one
for
of your
me,
points of difference for
no, the high ball was
yeah,
definitely
like
my point of difference.
yeah.
Yeah, you didn't drop a high ball.
Well,
No,
I did,
ever.
but
No one ever remembers.
you're always good at one thing.
Yeah. You
But
were
fullback, you
world-class
kind
at
of
that
got to be
race.
good at everything, don't you? Really?
Well, obviously you're kicking everything,
Yeah,
but like
you've got to be good in the air. You've got to be good kicking. You've got to understand the game well too. It's sort of your ability to preempt things, anticipation of what's going to happen next. You can't miss a beat. At
Backfield,
fullback.
like you're
You've
talking
got
about,
to be
yeah.
on it every single phase of the play, and that's sometimes why a lot of really good wingers who try to cross over and get into
Can't be
fullback
fullbacks.
can't just quite, because they've little lapses of concentration here and there. But then there was lots of things that I wasn't particularly good at either.
Like what?
farming. There isn't much else. In your pump, like you're fairly
the
complete.
distribution part of my game, like when I first came into fullback, in 2007, 8, 9, the fullback wasn't a second receiver. And then the game moved on so much. By the time 2020 came around, you were almost seen as needing to be the second playmaker, second out half.
Both sides,
and
yeah,
I'd never worked on those skills enough during my career.
When did rugby become the choice as opposed to Gaelic?
I guess in my own head, it was never really a choice to have to make the two of them. Rugby was always my number one sport, and that was the one that I wanted to dream about even pursuing. And then left school when I was 18 and signed an academy contract. It was IRFU Academy.
Do you go
back
smooth?
then.
Yeah. Then
So there was no provincial academies. It was just one Irish
what's it called?
academy.
National talent squad, something like that. No, probably before.
I think it was just an
something.
academy.
It's something similar, but
Yeah.
obviously.
Anyway,
before,
the day I
yeah.
signed that contract, I remember I was down in the IRFU offices down the way, and I had to bring my mum and dad with me. That was the meeting with a few big boys in the IRFU. Once I signed the contract, he leant over the table and said, "You'll never play another game of Gaelic football in your life."
Shut up. Who said that?
My best I'd say.
Yeah.
But you did.
But I did, and that was one of the reasons when I retired.
You wanted to go
I
back.
wanted to go back.
Yeah.
Just because it was always in the back of my head as this lad saying you'll never play again. No, he might have been right.
Just to
'cause
prove him
I
wrong,
barely
like,
played.
to make the point.
I wasn't particularly good when I went back, but so I left the Western Force in July.
That was a cool adventure to go there after a big career at Leinster. After an entire career.
2 weeks in the hotel.
Yeah, but it was worth it. Like, you were all stuck in quarantine here, locked down.
I tried to do the same move.
Yeah.
Really?
I couldn't get there.
I was trying to persuade you to do
No,
it.
I wanted to do it, but I think that they were full up.
Jetskis at the ready.
It was unbelievable.
It
It
looked
was such a
amazing.
gift at the end of my career to go away.
6 months in
Perth.
Waratah, or not Waratah, Western
Western
Force.
Western Force,
Western
9
Force,
months. Lived on
Were
a
you there 9
beach,
months? Yeah. You did. Yeah. You were like on the water, weren't
on
you?
the water. Had this beautiful apartment, like on the water. Just the lifestyle is unbelievable.
Nice way to process like retiring or like ending that chapter, like going away and
Yeah, for a few
For-
reasons,
for a
because it was
while,
great
like-
to get away from the bubble of here. And, my international career, it didn't get cut short, but it ended rapidly.
yeah, you didn't get a proper.
Didn't know.
Do you know what I mean?
And I'm
On your
still-
terms?
Well, no, not on my terms. Sorry, defining. No, it
Let's be
wasn't.
straight.
So it was just after the World Cup. So the World Cup was October, November. Played the World Cup matches, And then Andy Farrell came in, picked his new squad. And the Six Nations was only 3 months away.
Yeah, because
So in my head, I was thinking, well, if
that
it
might
was
be
good
the
enough
one.
to start at the World Cup last month, it might be a bit more.
That was it. You were just out of
It was just a cut.
Was that tight?
phone call, or
Very, very quick phone call. Yeah.
it's mad when you do finish, and I did get to play, but like when you're done, you're done, aren't you? It just feels like
fed to the wolves.
You didn't get a send off, like a lap of honor or any of that kind of thing.
No, I didn't. And then not that you crave that or you want it. Why does anyone deserve that? But then COVID hit, and then sure all the stadiums were shut. So last game for Leinster was in an empty stadium. Last game
That's
for Ireland
tough, like,
was quarterfinal knocked out in Japan. But there was still a bit of an urge in me to want to play a little bit more. You know, the way you're on the fence in terms of
What
is
age?
it time to
What
call
age
it
you
a
in
day?
that?
I was
When you finished with like Leinster's last
34.
Yeah, so
Yeah, but
Bit
then
more.
there's always still a little bit in the back of your head saying, I'd like to do a bit more. So that's why getting to Perth in West Australia was brilliant. And then I remember we were playing the Crusaders in Christchurch in the piss and rain one evening. We were getting pumped by 30 points, and I went into the Jacks at half time, and I thought, nah, this ain't
you had a
for
moment.
me. I had that
Yeah.
that moment that
When you
some
know.
people talk about.
yeah.
And then after I had that moment, there was only 2 or 3 games left, and it was just so nice to have that sigh of relief.
Yeah,
That, right,
'cause you know you went the
squeezed
whole way,
every
like.
drop out of it now, and you want to be done. So from that, so I did finish on my own terms from that perspective. That I was happy to call it a day. But yeah, it was lovely to get away from everything here, because the lads were all still
It's right on your doorstep, like, isn't it?
right on your doorstep, and they're playing for Ireland 2 months after you just played in a World Cup. So it was,
It has to be strange.
it was a
isn't it?
bullet.
Yeah.
Well, you're going through it now. Is it difficult watching them play when you've just finished and you've been there for so long?
But you were saying there, like, the fact you got to go till your point of calling it, like, you know what I mean? I think I'm satisfied that I got to go to that point as well, where you're like, I know I'm done. I think if
Yeah, but
I think
it's
it makes
still,
it easier. It's still
it's
obviously
still hard
yeah.
watching on. Like the hardest thing that I found was, and maybe it's an awful thing to say, but I do think that every player feels it. You don't want the team to be super successful.
yeah.
In those first few years that you're gone.
You want them to say we miss Rob Kearney at the back. You
We
know,
miss
you
Murray.
miss Murray.
We
to-
miss Murray at
yeah.
9.
Go well, lads, but
We need a few more box
don't go
goals.
too bad. Stop. I knew it had to
Shouldn't have said
happen.
it.
We're near the end, and you had to bring it up. Yeah, there's like, it is hard. I find it hard to
Yeah,
watch,
but
but
it
I also
does-
find
does-
it a contentment of being. I went to as far as I could go, or else.
Yeah, and it does get a bit easier.
Yeah.
But it takes time.
It does take time, and I'm not fully at the end phase of it yet, because when I go to watch a Leinster or an Ireland game, maybe some of the big games, but I don't have that huge urge yet for the team to do really, really well, or to like cheering them on to
Yeah,
win.
it's a hard middle ground. It's very hard to explain, like,
Yeah,
isn't it? You
and
can't
I
explain it
was
to people who
watching
didn't play.
the Ireland soccer team when Troy Parrott got his 3rd goal. And I was watching with my 2-year-old boy, and I was genuinely going mental,
Yeah.
like properly mental. And then he started going mental. And I
Class.
thought, right, I need to start doing this for the rugby. Because that's where, as a 2-year-old,
That's Bobby,
that's where
he's
you
gonna
get your
hate Ireland.
love of a sport or rugby
So
team.
sitting watching that.
I hate
in
rugby.
silence.
Yeah,
Cheering on England.
yeah,
Hugo Keane's crap.
yeah.
So, but no, it is a process, and definitely each year, I think,
Is there
it's a bit easier.
I wanted to ask you because Paulie said it to me. Is there a 6-month moment you hit, like a 6-month like speed bump you hit after you retire? Did you? Because I've spoken to Conway and Paulie about this. Did you ever find that? I'm not at. I'm near 6 months
it's
retired.
speed bump in terms of
Like you come to 6 months since you played rugby, and you're like, oh my god, what am I doing? Like this, I don't know. I haven't experienced it, but I'm just wondering, have you?
No, I didn't experience it.
Good. I
at
don't
all.
think I'm gonna either. Yeah, but yeah, I've been
No, yeah, and you see,
I've been scaremongered into this. Like,
No,
right,
you
wait
won't.
for the 6 month mark.
you won't at all. And you know, we were both very, because we would have spoken a lot over the last few years in and out. I think we both had started that process of acceptance
Yeah,
quite early,
I do think that too. Yeah.
so you know it's coming.
Whereas when someone just goes, it's over, and you're not expecting it, or
And now the
like
two,
Conway
the
retired
two
through
lads you
injury,
mentioned,
and so
was-
did
so did
Paulie.
Paul.
Yeah.
So maybe they didn't. They
Yeah.
got it because they didn't fully finish.
Yeah, because I
on their own
found towards the
terms.
end, I started appreciating the games more, or the bus journeys more, or the
yeah,
atmospheres more,
Yeah.
because I knew, because in my mind I was like, I'm retiring there, and you just
Wouldn't you love to have had that sort of level of appreciation in your early 20s?
yeah, because it's just.
Did
all
you
in it.
play with fear about somebody coming and taking your gig? Because Connor's talked about this before, about worrying that he was having to perform in case someone came and took his shirt. Because my feeling watching you was, well, you're just going to play, because there wasn't really any competition, even though there was.
No, there was always fear. Players always have fear, because I think every player has it, because it drives them on internally. Good coaches will always keep you on your toes too. Like you never really knew with Joe.
No,
Well,
you're right.
you probably did, but if
We were in a good group.
we were in a
Yeah.
good group,
But
you'd still
still
always know
not-
that there was other people around and there was lots of other players playing well. But I think the majority of players perform well when they think or feel a bit of heat on them. It's only natural.
From the outside, I probably looked for your stretch in an Ireland jersey that no one touched you, but like, and I had a similar, maybe not as long, but like from the outside, I probably looked, oh, he started for this amount of time, but I just remember being so paranoid by any scrum half coming in, like Luke McGrath, or spoke about Paul Marshall scoring tries for fun for Ulster for a while, and I remember, where were we? Away with Munster, and Ulster playing the Friday night, and we were over in France watching Ulster play someone, and Marshy scored 2 tries, and I just remember, was it all the other Munster teammates looking at me being like, your man, and like maybe to the outside it was like, oh, you're playing for Ireland, like you're starting, but like my head was like, no, now I need to go out tomorrow now.
But I think that's
There's always
nature
something
that's the nature of every person in professional sport.
It's hard, yeah.
You're never guaranteed your spot.
No.
Unless you're Rob Kearney.
No, well,
think that's what he's trying to say. I think
I
that's
was
what he's
never
trying to say.
guaranteed my spot either. We were talking before the amount of people who played 15 during my career. I think there was 10 other people. Luke Fitzgerald was another
Oh
person.
yeah, sorry, yeah.
Robbie Henshaw, Jared Payne, Zebo, Tiernan O'Halloran, Jordan Larmour, Jacob Stockdale, Felix Jones,
Felix, yeah. Conway, did you say Conway?
Conway.
Oh my god,
So that's 9.
yeah.
So that's 9 chances for
You have 9 lads to
other
go to get
people
rid of
to. So
Having a shot
Well
at
done,
the time.
Rob. Well done, Rob.
can't say that they didn't try to get rid of me.
Look, time's beating us today. Couple of quick fire ones. I know you're involved with World Rugby now.
Yes.
We'll come to that in a minute. But best player you played with, best player you played against, and maybe the biggest challenge facing rugby at the minute, given your role in there.
Best player I played with. Oh, that's a hard one.
A few names in my head, but I'm just wondering what one he's going to come out with. Might be left field.
No,
Is it obvious?
that's Johnny O'Brien. Rocky Elsom, Issa were both awesome, but Johnny O'Brien. I'll come back to that one.
Friendly with both, so I don't think we're
Played
back to it.
against. You were good, Marv, but you weren't that good. McCaw or Carter, they were when they were on.
Yeah.
They played a different game. Those two genuinely played a different game. Biggest challenge to rugby. Jeez, how long do we have?
You're on the clock, not a lot.
It's not, I think the concussion element, the safety of that is a big threat.
Yeah.
But a lot has been done to not eradicate it, because it's always going to be there. Rugby's a physical sport. There's always going to be head knocks. It's something that we have to appreciate, that it's part and parcel of the game, and you just get on with it and hope that the authorities are doing the best they can to stay up with science and medicine and return to play protocols. I think tackle height may probably change in time. So that would be one side of it. The financial costs of the game are not good. You know, there's a lot more money coming out than there is coming into the game. So it's harder for clubs, unions, even World Rugby now to maximise revenues. And then in the short term, stoppages, TMOs, referees, it's hurting the game badly. And big changes, I think, will happen in the next 3 to 6 months. It's certainly remit number one from a World Rugby perspective to improve and make changes, because the product on the field at the moment is not good enough. It's not what it needs to be. And you're just under pressure in too many other sports to win fans and eyeballs.
Oh, Kearney, what a man. Time's up.
Thank you,
Thanks
Bob.
for having me.
Appreciate it.
Great to finally be asked on.
In my new
I
local.
never thought I'd see the day. You're always welcome here.
You're too busy, my friend, for the first episode, so
I just had a child.
you didn't have the
Congrats, by the
child.
way.
Thank you.
Well done.